Hey, what's going on, guys? L3 here. Today I'm bringing you some more Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer gameplay. And I haven't been able to post gameplay for a while, and let me explain why. I have a little bit of a conspiracy theory going on, and it all revolves around Ubisoft and how I think they want me dead. And now, hear me out as this sounds a little bit far-fetched, but we'll have to go all the way back to early October. All of a sudden, my Assassin's Creed disc stops working. And I was really interested in other games. I was really wanting to play Dark Souls, and there's a lot of other games coming out. So I really had no desire to play Assassin's Creed for the most part. But one day I kind of felt like it, so I thought, hey, let's load it up, play a game or two, see what's going on, because I just got over playing the Assassin's Creed Revelations beta, and it was tons of fun. So I put Brotherhood in the tray, ready to play. I have my popcorn ready, got my water, I'm just all good to go. Then all of a sudden it says disk is unreadable. So I thought that was a little weird. That happens sometimes though. Discs are a little bit unreadable. Maybe they have a little dust on them or something like that. So I take it out and I look on the back, and there is some dust on it, and so nothing out of the ordinary. I blow the dust off, but it's not until I move the disc around a little bit closer to the light that I see a big scratch down the side of it. And it really surprised me, because I take very close care of my games. I always put them in the cases. I always try to keep them really neat and organized. I never want them to be in a wrong case. I'm just that type of person. So to see a big scratch mark on it was really odd to me. Then I looked closer, and it almost looked like a blade mark, almost like a knife or something like that. And that really upset me. So I confronted my younger brother about it, who was playing my Assassin's Creed game, and I asked him, I said, hey, you know, why'd you take a knife to this game, or did one of your friends do it? What happened? No explanation, of course, as expected. But he seemed sincere, and I believed him. So I moved on from that, and I thought, well, dang, I'll just have to wait till Revelations comes out. I actually looked up a couple of quick fixes on the internet, how to fix scratch discs and see if I could get them working. And there was a couple of them, and the main one that I saw that a lot of people seem to get positive feedback on was to put baking soda on the disc and leave it there for a long time, and then wash it off with warm water. So I did. I left it there for around a week, actually, and then I brushed it off and, you know, did the whole process. Put warm water on it, rubbed it in up and down motion, because if you do it in a circular motion, you can mess up coating in the disc. So I didn't do that. Anyway, put the disc back in, still unreadable. Well, I thought it was a bit odd, so I gave up on it. I thought, hey, I'll just wait to Revelations. I don't have the money to afford another Brotherhood disc as much as I want to play it. And I don't know if you've probably been in this situation, but you really want to play something when you don't have it. Even if it's a game you haven't played in a while, if you don't have it, that's when you really want to play it, it seems like. So I was a little bit upset about that, a little bit bummed out, and I really wanted to play it. Well, fast forward to now, probably actually today, to be honest with you. I tried to load it up again just out of curiosity. I was thinking about breaking the disc, just doing something creative, like totally breaking it or throwing it like a frisbee, something. But a little part of me said, no, don't do it. There may be a little bit of hope left in here. So I put it in my tray, and to my surprise it works. As I load it up, I get this really weird error message. It's all in gibberish. I didn't understand it. Before I even got to the single player screen, it was all scrambled. It almost like a message from the single player game that you have to decode. And then all of a sudden my Xbox shut off. So that was definitely really odd. I got this weird error message that like it was written in gibberish, and then it shut off. So I didn't get a chance to even try to decode that thing or to understand what it was, because it was just a matter of seconds before, I guess, it overheated my Xbox or did something. So I was a little bit freaked out by that, because I don't like the idea of my Xbox getting burnt on the inside or melting any parts. That's definitely what I don't want. A game ruining is bad enough, but my whole Xbox, that's even worse. Hour later, put the disc back in. Works fine. I loaded it up, and I'm waiting for this weird error message again. Nothing this time. Nothing at all. So I was totally pumped about that. I launch it up, and I start the single player. Everything seems fine. My HUD has disappeared. I didn't really understand that. So that was a little bit odd, because I don't remember messing with any of the settings. But everything seemed good. So I decided to launch multiplayer up, get this going, and have some fun with that. So I immediately have DLC 3.0 loaded up, and then of course Alhambra and all the big maps that no one wants to play pops up. I start playing some of those, and I start noticing the people I'm playing with are really tough competitors, but I move on. from that. After I play a match or two, I'm just kind of done, and I'm gonna play with a different group. And that's just how I am. I like to revolve around different people and things like that. Sometimes I like to, you know, just see what else is out there. Well, I load up a game, completely different map. I mean, this is just a matter of seconds. And there's a couple of the same players that I was playing with before, which made me think the lobby disconnected, or maybe they just left for whatever reason. Maybe just 2 or 3 of them. So it was no big deal. But I eventually decided to play the smaller maps because I am a little bit sick of the bigger maps, and I know a lot of people that don't really enjoy them. But I just want filling it. I want filling the bigger maps. So I decided to load up DLC 2.0 so I can play smaller maps or at least get a larger chance, because I think it eliminates Alhambra and maybe 1 or 2 more maps. I can't really think right now. But either way, I'm lucky enough to play with these group of people I'm playing with now, which they were certainly a challenge, but they weren't like totally the best players ever, which was good, because I don't know if you've never played a game for a month or so and you decide to come back to it, but you realize your skills are really rusty. That's what was going on here. I wasn't at the peak performance that I used to be. I was playing a lot more slower. I was making really just newbie mistakes. And on top of that, I was using a class that I don't really use a lot. I was using Mutant Disguise, which is a really fun class, by the way, but again, I don't really use a lot. Just Disguise is just really fun to play. So I was rocking that, and I at least wanted to get first with that, see if I could. Because before I was getting 3rd and 2nd place with these guys, I played 2 matches previous. Well, let's go back to the first match I played with this lobby, because we've stuck in here. This is the 3rd match that I played with them. First match, everything's going well. They give me a run for my money. I get in 3rd, to make a long story short, unfortunately. So that was kind of a bummer, because heck, I don't want 3rd place, I want 1st. So I get 3rd place, and at the very end, I hear the static. But I realize it's not coming out of 1 mic, not even 2 mics, not even 3. It sounds like it's coming from the whole lobby. And I don't know if you played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on the Xbox 360, but nobody uses their mic, barely. There's once in a blue moon maybe, but for the most part, nobody uses their mic. So for me to hear this was really odd enough, and it was just a really faint white noise sound, so it wasn't really bothering to me, but I just found it odd. Well, to make matters even more creepier, I heard like faint whispers, but I couldn't really understand what they were saying because they're so faint and they're so drowned out by this small white noise. But it sounded like numbers. I could make that out. It sounded like everyone in the lobby was whispering numbers to me. But at the same time, I wasn't sure if it was players that were speaking a different language, or if they were talking to someone in the background. Maybe it was a little bit, the interference was messing things up. But just in my mind filled in the blanks, and it was numbers coming at me. So I took it for what it was. I didn't really let it bother me, and we'll play the next match. Next match is going cool, and I got 2nd place, which was alright because I was catching up. That means I was progressing. I was, you know, owning up a little bit more. So I did get 2nd place, and I was happy about that. Again, at the end of the match, though, everyone's mic starts to buzz a little bit. This time, the white noise is a little bit louder, and it's progressively getting louder every second, it seems like. I start hearing these whispers through the mic more, but they're sounding really raspy this time, almost like they're trying to get out the numbers. They're trying to shout it, but they're really drowned out. And it really started freaking me out to hear all these numbers. I really got scared, so I decided to mute everyone because, hell, it was staticky. I don't like static. And on top of that, there's these really weird whispers that were yelling numbers at me. And I didn't know what it was, so I just decided to mute them all, and that was that. It's the best thing to do. That way I don't have to hear it. So, mute them all, and I'm playing this match right now, which is the 3rd match, and everything's going cool for the most part. But this player called Mama Bear in this match just gave me a run for my money big time. She or he is just the fiercest competitor by far. Me and her constantly swapping 1st and 2nd place. And I like matches like that. I like matches that kind of keep me on the edge of my seat, keep me going. And as you can see right there, heck, she gets 650 points. And I think I actually lose 1st place because of that. And it's winding down to the last 50 seconds here. So I really realized that, hey, I got to do something now. I got to do it quick. So I'm really working hard for this. I'm really trying to watch my back because I got 2 pursuers on me. But at the same time, I got to get 1st place. So I'm going to rush for kills. I'm going to try not to get discreet on the first one. I'm trying to go disguise, which kind of means invincibility at this moment. And thank God I get the kill. So that's a good amount of points right there because I get the silent, I get the hidden, and then, you know, it was a silent kill. So 550 points, wind down to the last 30 seconds here, and I just know Mama Bear is going to take the lead from me. I just know it. And I start rushing. I start rushing for this person. I don't know who it is, but I'm trying to get the kill. And then barely right here at the gate, you'll see, oh yeah, baby, get that kill. It was on Mama Bear out of all people. So I was totally pumped at this point. I know I got this match in the bag. I'm really satisfied. So I'm just kind of chill and kind of, I always try to make my guy in a dramatic pose at the end, so so I kind of see the fireworks right here, and yeah, you'll see right here I get first place, and that's what I wanted. So you'll see the fireworks in the background there, and all of a sudden first place starts staying on a menu longer than it should. So I realize that I'm about to get disconnected or something weird's going to happen. But we're going to kind of fast forward here and show you what eventually happens. It goes into this menu, and I get the error message that says Brotherhood servers are unavailable or whatever it says. I'm having network problems is what it's saying. So bummed out by that because I realized someone disconnected or my internet lagged out. Something really odd happened like that. Well, I decided I had a little bit more time before work, so I decided to load up the disc again. I put the disc in the system, and it comes up with another error message. And I thought it was going to be in gibberish, but it was actually numbers. The numbers read 21, 2, 9, 19, 15, 6, and 20. So I finally had an indication of what this error code was, and I was pumped about that because I could finally call someone, see what was up with this, so I could get to playing and see why this happened. Well, I wrote down the numbers, and the moment I did, my Xbox shut off. I didn't really think much of it, but once I wrote down the numbers, just out of curiosity, I kind of lined them up with the American alphabet, and what actually came out of it was really weird. 21 being U, 2 being B, 9 being I, 19 S, 15 O, 6 F, and 20 T, which comes out as Ubisoft. So I'm convinced that Ubisoft wants me dead, guys. That's my explanation. I'll see you later. I hope.